I'm fucked, and I'm worse off than ever. Got a knack of making things better. Face exact facts. Your opinion don't matter, 'cause my shoulder's fucked, and I can't do whatever I want. Unfortunately, Shreddy is on the shelf. And Shreddy's way of dealing with being emotionally and mentally distraught over this is just to make a big song, literally, and dance over the situation. 2 weeks ago, I injured myself wrestling. Unfortunately, in that match, I completely fucked my shoulder. And I'm laughing because it's just like, what else can you say about this? Like, what else can you do? My entire lifestyle, I suppose, in regards to wrestling, bodybuilding, and the things like passion projects that I have, the things that I'm pursuing, the dreams I'm chasing, all involve physical activity. Wrestling obviously being very physical, bodybuilding, lifting weights, and just like that, the plans that I had for 2023 and the momentum that I was able to gather over 2022 is just came to a screeching halt, unfortunately. So the diagnosis from the doctor, surgeon, is I have an ACJ disruption, which is grade 3-4. I have fractured my glenoid, and in layman's terms, I'm fucked for probably 7 months. I'm going to need surgery to get it back to like working properly. From having surgery, the recovery time is a month in a sling, 4 weeks in a sling, and then 3 to 6 months recovery, just to be able to get back to a point where I can start lifting again and I could start being in a ring, easing myself back into training. So from whenever I get the surgery, I'm going to be looking at that 4 to 7 month gap. But realistically, before I'm back to the shape I was in 2 weeks ago, you're going to be looking at 3 to 4 months of training in the ring, training in the gym, lifting, and dieting to get back to a point of like where I was 2 weeks ago. You're going to be looking at a total of probably 10 to 11 months just to get back to where I am or where I was. Hopefully, I can supersede that shit and do it in the 4 months, spend 3 to 4 months recovering, get back in 7 months. But I'm 32 now. I'm not old, but I'm more sensible than what I was when I was 22. I'm more sensible now, I think, than what I was when I taught my bicep. And I was busting to do whatever I could when I had that torn bicep to get back on shows, to be in the mix. But this time I'm going to just take however long it takes, not rush into it, because I'm thinking now, like, this hasn't just affected me for wrestling and bodybuilding. This has affected me for day-to-day life, just general, like, day-to-day life. It is very painful. I'm on prescription painkillers to take away the pain, obviously, to kill the pain. But the painkillers are making me feel knackered, like exhausted. So as of filming this, I've not took any painkillers for 3 days, just because I'm sick of feeling so tired off them. But I'll probably take one tonight because I woke this morning and my shoulder is ghost. So 2023 is a write-off for Shreddy, for both wrestling, for bodybuilding. But like I say, like, all I can do is laugh about it. I'll try and make light of it, try and have a bit of crack with it, because I'm gutted. Like, I don't know what else to say. I'm gutted. Being a kid, my only dream in life was to wrestle for WWE. And here I am now, 32 years later, as an adult. And I've wrestled since the end of 2016, busted my balls for a lifetime being in the gym to look like a wrestler. So what got me into bodybuilding, so what got me into the gym in the first place. I wanted to look like a wrestler because I loved wrestling when I was a kid, grew up with it. Started wrestling when I was a teenager, couldn't stick with it because parents wouldn't let me. Started the game, I was in like 2021, didn't stick with it. Started properly in 2016, stuck with it. Finally found I was making progress and, you know, getting on. I was nowhere near where I want to be. Nowhere near where I want to be. Last year I had some really good debuts, had some really good matches, had some really good features and programs, but without sounding like I'm shitting all over like the industry, it ultimately means very little to me because it's not the dream that I'm chasing. The dream is WWE. It's hard to kind of think this far out of like, what am I going to be looking like? Not physically, but just mentally. What will my approach be in 7 months' time to wanting to pursue this? That little 9-year-old kid that got into wrestling. I've been in wrestling since wrestling was always in my household. I have 2 older brothers, but it was kind of 98, 99 when I really got into wrestling myself. So that little 9-year-old kid, all he ever wanted to do, little Shreddy, wanted to be a wrestler. I'm now a wrestler, but I'm nowhere near the level I want to be. If I quit wrestling, without even having a sniff of WWE or a tryout, I would consider my entire wrestling career a failure. But right now, at the weekend, when it first happened, first couple of days, I was like, just didn't know what I wanted to do, what I wanted to do in terms of continuing. Is it worth pursuing? Is it worth going on? And here we are 2 weeks after, knowing that I'm going to be out 7+ months. The only thing I can think of is, you can bet your ass that fucking Shreddy is coming back, because that 9-year-old little kid, that 9-year-old skinny fat ass Shreddy would be looking at 32-year-old Shreddy, was ready to give it up, ready to pack it in, when I could feel myself coming this fucking close to where I want to be. That little 9-year-old skinny fat ass would be looking at me right now, disgusted, absolutely pathetic piece of shit. So you can guarantee that no matter how long it takes, I'm going to come back, because when it is time for me to finish wrestling, I'll be doing it because I chose to do it, not because some dumbass injury has forced me out. I'll be coming back to chase the one dream in life that I've had, and Shreddy will be fucking ready once more. The monetization for this video is probably going to be 0 because of the swearing. I'm not bleeping out. I might bleep it out. I might bleep some of it out. I might do minimal edits. So what does this year look like? Shreddy's going to revert back to young Shreddy, because I'm going to have way more time on my hands to, with me not wrestling, not going to the gym as much. I'm going to probably start just playing some games again, doing what I did when I was younger, before real life took over, and before, you know, I became an adult, unlike the majority of other wrestlers that I come across, who still live at home, still sponge off the parents. I became an adult, got a job, and got a mortgage, and just started living the real life. And now that I'm going to have more free time, because I won't be wrestling, I'm going to have more free time because I won't be at the gym as much, I'll probably just start playing some games again, having some fun. Because outside of wrestling, over this past year, I've set up my own business, and I don't want to fall into the rut of working non-stop, which for the last year, kind of since April time last year, I've busted my balls working, and I never wanted to be a person who just, you know, works non-stop, like, just not for me. I want to enjoy things, which is the reason I set up on my own, because I wanted to have that flexibility and balance of being able to do my job and have the flexibility to go to the gym, to do bodybuilding, to wrestle, to do the shows I want to do, to go to train at wrestling. And over the past year, it's kind of not worked out the way I wanted it to. The business just took over. So moving forward this year, I kind of want to reassess that work-life balance. This will be a kind of bit of an eye-opener for me. So I want to spend just more time enjoying, like just chilling out, getting back into some games. I want to spend more time on YouTube, creating content. And in terms of the gym, I didn't go to the gym for the first week of the injury. Second week, so this week, I've been back in lifting one-armed, doing one-armed, one-sided exercises. Legs can do pretty much fine. I can't squat because of the shoulder pressure, but I can leg extension, leg curl, standing hamstring curl, leg press. So I was able to get a good leg workout in this week. And then the rest is just kind of one-arm movements and just going through the motions with shoulder stuff. And then we'll assess again, obviously, in a few weeks where we are. But diet has been off the rails. I'm 11 pounds down. I had no appetite last week, probably because of the pain, probably because of the painkillers as well. Protein, bear in mind, I normally eat 240, 250 is what I've been having recently. Up to as high as 275. Be lucky if I was getting like 80, 100 grams of protein. I was having a shake for breakfast, then maybe, well, I was having one meal through the day. And then this week, I've started getting back into the habit of eating a bit better, eating more, I should say, but then just snacking and just thinking, like, what's the point in bodybuilding prep diet at the minute? It's just, there's no point. So that's where things stand for the JSD. Don't be expecting me on any shows anytime soon, but do expect that epic North comeback one day, and expect to see me in a ring some point in 2024, unless I can super senior this shit and get back quicker. Or in a year's time, we can reflect on this video when I have jacked it in, and we can laugh about how deluded I was. So that's it. I will be bringing more videos, not just of the recovery, because who wants to see some daft cunt sat in his fucking nerd room talking about an injured shoulder every week. I will be bringing more of that nerdy content and some of the gym content and just some jacked stack shenanigans from Shreddy going forward. Anybody who watches, subscribes, all that shit, thank you very much. Anybody who just likes the video, fuck you. Keep doing this. I don't really care anymore. I don't even see the dislikes anymore. Yeah, and that's kind of where we are now. So keep on watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh, one thing. Who's the daddy?